Well, greetings, Eureka the Boss Capture Bagless fans. Time to do a whole house carpet cleaning with this recently refurbished Capture. So we need to weigh the empty bin, and we're going to start out with, I hope you can see that. All right. 395.30 grams. And here we are, whole house carpet cleaning. Going to do about 1,000 square feet, because let's face it, this Eureka Capture really isn't going to go under that much. So let's see what we pick up. But you know what, more importantly, let's see and measure the quality of the pickup. How much carpet fibers will we actually get in the bin here? Will it be a carpet shredder or not? Let's find out. Plastic machine. Carry weight is 21.5 pounds. That is heavy. Handle weight's also very heavy. But I know it's over 30 feet, so this is going to be a one-plug machine. Now I'll show you how far it'll go underneath. That's really about it. I think this has the second button push. Let's see, it kind of does, but you're limited right there. We did find out in the static test, the airflow box, suction, so on and so forth, that the HEPA filter literally puts out 0 particles. It's an unbelievably clean machine from a motor exhaust standpoint, which is kind of shocking, at least to me anyway. I wouldn't expect that from this type of machine. It is very easy to push, but the handle weight is very, very heavy. I imagine Mrs. Backlab, when she tries it, probably won't like it much. Christmas tree set up, so I won't have my normal perfect exactly 1,000 square feet. I'll be about 1% short. So not too big of a deal. This Eureka was a third find, a trash pick in my subdivision. Technically, all I really had to do parts-wise was install a belt. And that belt cost me about $1. Brush roll bearings, they were a mess. So I want to thank Mrs. Bagless for helping me with this, because I can get these whole house carpet cleaning videos done so much faster.
You're welcome, dear.
Otherwise, it's 21 light changes if I set up all my lights. And it just takes me forever, like 3 hours to do all that. Around me.
I came in there for that reason.
Not really too much to get behind the door. Maybe like 2 inches apart. Now I get the vacuum in Mrs. Lab's crafting area. There we go. Alright, I think that's going to do it for the second floor. So let's take a quick peek at the brush roll and see how much of Mrs. Backlab's hair we have.
I can see it.
So that's not too bad. There's some here. That's not bad at all. But always remember to get the hair off your brush roll, especially with this thing having such a absolute mess of the brush roll bearings on either end. I mean, oof, that's just terrible. And I don't know if you're able to see it in the video because let's face it, the bin is colored very dark green. There's a bunch of pickup in there. We'll open this up because that won't affect the test. Show you what we have so far. Oh, it's a lot of fibrous material. So initially it looks like a bunch of fibrous material and hardly anything else, hardly any fine dust. So, all right, here we go. Let's go down to the first floor. Handy dandy carrying handle here in the back.
case you're new to my channel, we are 4 adults and 1 short hair boxer dog. So we normally vacuum on Wednesdays and Saturdays, at least twice a week. And we really don't have that much dirt, because we don't generate that much dirt. Long-time viewers and subscribers of my channel already know that. Okay, 2 rooms left. Well, it wheels nicely. Has big wheels. I think we'll go there with Christmas trees and then end up here.
Alright.
Just because the Christmas tree is in the way at the moment. Under the chair. Push the button and it goes that far under the chair.
Do it again.
About that far. That's it. Yeah, otherwise it comes up. Knocked one off. Run up. That's as far as I go. Alright, let's see how it does with chair dents.
What
Yep.
dents?
Yeah, gone.
What dents?
Gone. That's it. So, got some agitation. It's got something there. Sometimes Rosie eats a treat in here, or maybe it was one of Mrs. Backlab's crafty bits that got into the carpet. We may find it in the bin, we may not. Alright, coming in, and I'm going to start, go right where you are. I'll go around.
Okay, well, that was an absolute hoot. First time that I'm really running this to any appreciable degree. So now we got to go down in the lab and measure the quality and quantity of pickup. Stay tuned. All right, let's take a look, see what popped into the dust cup. All right, there we go. Shed a little light on the subject. I am seeing a lot of light brown dog fur, and the gray in there is my carpet. So what I'm not seeing yet is anything else than large fibrous surface debris. So I wonder, let's take a look at the separator here. There it is. Nothing really to pull off. No hair got stuck around in there. I did see, when I pulled this off, a little bit of dog hair fell off. Right there. So I'm not really too sure exactly how to count that, or if I really should count that. But tell you what, why don't we go ahead and we'll just count it anyway. I'll collect it up as best I can. There's a little pile. Won't be a huge difference, and we'll count that as the raw bin pickup. So let's see. Let me get this adjusted properly. And can we see it? All right, great. So looks like a good and typical raw bin pickup. Let's see, 405.25 minus the original 395.3. And we have a raw bin pickup of 9.95 grams. That's almost 10 grams. And I guess I would kind of expect that. Let's take a look at the filters. I'll just pull the whole thing out. So the sponge one first. Now, you all know from earlier videos, this is supposed to be solid yellow. And that's a lot of blow by. So the filtration, see, it really should look like this. I know, kind of hard to believe, but it looks like this. So I didn't really pick up a whole lot of dirt, less than 10 grams. And there'll be a little bit in here to be sure, and you've got to remember to clean this thing out. But what amazes me is this has to be one of the worst filtration systems that I've come across. You need to clean this off, scrape it off, maybe even, rinse it and dry it almost every time you use it. And here's the bottom filter. Yeah, this one's in pretty good shape. I think the sponge stopped most of it, but that's pretty bad. That actually means that whatever this was supposed to do, it didn't do it very well. Okay, so that being said, I guess rant somewhat over. Let's see here. Let's tar that. Come on. Make a little space here. It's going to be kind of messy. Now we got to get the extracted amount. There we go. And that is a giant pile. Wow. It's huge amount of fibrous material. Now I can squish this down, but I just want to reemphasize, there's a big difference between, I can use this to move my dirt. There's a big difference between a surface cleaner that picks up a ton of fibrous material and one that gets fibrous material but gets all type of, like, say, fine dust and maybe medium or even larger particles, but not huge fibrous material. So I'll separate it as best I can. Yeah, it's kind of combined somewhat in there, but I hope you can see the difference. That's still fibrous. So this is obviously large debris, and there is hardly any fine dust at all. So let's split this up as best as we can. So giant blob, fibrous material, a lot of dog hair. I'm going to squeeze this up, try to make room in here. Let's see what we have. Oh, sorry. I have to go and zero the scale out. Come on. Okay, now let's put it in there. Okay, a little less than 8 grams. And now everything else. You know, I'm going to put this in the back. I think that's going to spill. So if we had about 8 grams, this is about 10 grams. So what we're really looking at is a little less than 2 grams of non-fibrous material. So this capture certainly makes a great surface scraper. That's obvious, but it's got its filtration issues, and because of low CFM, it really doesn't have much of a chance to pick up fine dust. That's for sure. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more.